Hello, myself Nasib Samir. Today we are going to see the FCRA license of certain NGOs revoked. There was news like that. I am reading this article from the website of Drishti IAS. So it's very relevant regarding the prelims and mains. So we directly come to the news. Recently, Union Ministry of Home Affairs has cancelled the FCRA registration of various NGOs. If we are cancelling the FCRA license, that means the NGO can no longer receive first funds from donors if you are under the pending probe by the Home Ministry. Now, FCRA is mandatory for associations and NGOs to receive foreign funds. So, we are coming to the details of that news. A Vadodara-based NGO was accused of illegally converting members of Hindu community, and it was accused of funding anti-CAA protests. We have heard about Citizenship Amendment Act and its associated controversy, etc. And they were accused of doing some criminal activities to strengthen Islam. So that was an Islam-based NGO. Then there was two Christian NGOs got prohibited to receive funds under the FCRA. It was New Hope Foundation in Tamil Nadu and Holy Spirit Ministries in Kerala. Now, we are coming to another important news under this particular the article that is about prior reference category. I'll tell you what is this. Ministry of Home Affairs had put certain foreign donors, around 10 from Australia, America and Europe, on the watch list. Why? All the donors that were placed on the watch list or prior preference category work in the field of climate change, environment and child rights. They were accused of stalling the development projects in the name of these three areas. Right. Then, following which the RBI, keeping all these donors on the watch list, RBI had brought to all banks that any funds sent by the foreign donors should be brought to the notice of Ministry of Home Affairs, and without their permission, you should not clear that money transaction. FCRA Act 2010. Okay. Foreign funding of persons in India is regulated under FCRA and is implemented by Ministry of Home Affairs. Right? Individuals are permitted to accept foreign contributions without permission of MHA. This is very important for Ministry of Home Affairs. There is a catch. Only up to 25,000 you as an individual can get the foreign funds without the permission of FCRA. Ministry of Home Affairs. The Act ensures that the recipients of the foreign contributions must adhere to the stated purpose. Okay, you are accepting some money for, say, environmental education, but you are using that money for stalling environmental development. That is not allowed. Under the Act, organizations are required themselves for registering for 5 years. Okay, after that, it may be reviewed if you are not entering into any malpractice or public interest against public interest. Now, what are the different sectors to which NGOs can receive foreign contribution? Must be social, educational, or religious, or economic, or cultural. FCRA Amendment Act of 2020. There was an amendment of the FCRA Act 2010 in 2020. Serving public servants cannot receive foreign contributions. Okay. Then the Act prohibits transfer of foreign contribution to any other person not registered to accept foreign contribution. Okay. Aadhaar, definitely the entities, authorized persons must have Aadhaar, FCRA account. The fund must be received only in an account designated by the bank as FCRA account in such branches of State Bank of India New Delhi. Only in State Bank of India New Delhi branch you can receive this money, and that particular branch should designate this account as FCRA account. Then the Act proposes that no more than 20% of the foreign funds received could be defrayed for administrative expenses. In FCRA 2010, it was 50%. Because now people will collect money, say 100 crores, they will tell that 50 crores went for salary, building, renovation kind of thing. But they might be doing that for some illegal purpose, so it's not possible. Surrender of certificate. Okay. The Act allows central government to permit a person to surrender their registration certificate. They are cancelling. Now, what are the issues associated with FCRA? It's not all cool. Okay. FCRA regulates the receipt of foreign funding from outside the sources of India. Right. to NGOs working in India. It prohibits the receipt of foreign contributions for any activities detrimental to the national interest. Now, who is declaring that it is detrimental to the national interest? That is the controversy. The Act also held that government can refuse permission if it believes that donation to NGOs will affect public interest or economic interest of the state. Now, they can tell any objective to be against public interest. Okay, that's the problem. Because there is no clear guidance on what constitutes public interest. Now, these kind of restrictions can have serious consequences on both right to free speech and freedom of association under Article 91A and 91C of the Constitution. For example, something related to, say, Western Ghats. Okay, government wanted to set up an ambitious project out there, but it is said that if some NGOs are highlighting the environmental drawbacks associated with this particular project, these particular persons will be said to work against public interest or economic interest of the state, and their right to free speech and freedom of association can be curtailed because their funding can be stopped under this Article 91A, right to free speech, and 91C, freedom of association. So only they might be how right to free speech is affected. One, only those groups which will be siding or having bias towards government will be protected. That's the problem. You cannot criticize the government because that may cause the survival of your entity. Then it can lead to self-censorship. Okay, freedom. FCRA norms can reduce critical voices by declaring them to be against public interest. This chilling effect on free speech can lead to self-censorship. You won't be telling anything against the government. Like previously, there was an act called Section 66A of IT Act. In Shreya Singhal versus Union of India case 2015, Supreme Court had struck down that 66A of Section of IT Act. It said that it could be used in a manner that has chilling effect on free speech. Just like the government Supreme Court nullified the Section 24A of the Sedition Act. Like in future, these FCRA restrictions may also be taken down by the Supreme Court. Okay. Besides, there is a Universal Declaration on Human Rights. Okay, it's Article 20 says something. Okay. Given that the right to freedom of association under this article, a violation of this right also constitutes human rights violation. That means if you are collecting funding for right to freedom of association against right to freedom of association for that particular individual, you are violating a human rights. Okay, because right to freedom of association is a universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 20 clause. In 2016, UN Special Rapporteur on right to freedom of peaceful assembly and that of association, that took a legal analysis of FCRA 2010. So it said that in the name of public interest and economic interest, FCRA failed the test of legitimate restriction. That means it's showing the bias or special vested interest of the government by banning this association. Okay, the terms were too vague. Okay, public interest and economic interest of the state, and gave the state an exclusive or excessive discretionary powers to apply the provision in an arbitrary manner. Okay. So in this context, though it is necessary to regulate the corrupt NGOs, there need to be clarity on terms like public interest. Otherwise, public friendly or popular NGOs will also be listed as against public interest or against the economic interest of the state. So what should be the way forward? When you are asked a question about critically analyze in means, you should write a way forward. That will also help. Okay. Excessive regulation on foreign contribution may affect the working of NGOs, which are helpful in implementing the government schemes at grassroots. Okay. They fill the gaps where government fails to do their jobs. Okay. The regulation of NGOs should not hamper the sharing of resources across national boundaries, because somebody from Qatar or Saudi Arabia, if wanted to do some favor to some grassroots level communities of India, if that kind of case should not be discouraged unless there is a reason to believe that the funds are being used to aid illegal activities. So this is all about it. Thank you.